Hello, Elgin. Welcome to Lalley in the Valley. I'm joined here with crime analyst Ryan Drake. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking.
I always say Ryan Drake. It's like I should just say Ryan, right? Ryan Drake sounds so official, right?
Well, I mean, hey, it's my job.
You are official, exactly. So we're here. So for our Elgin community, we are going to be. You may have noticed if you're an avid fan of Lalley in the Valley, which maybe we have maybe one or two fans. We are transitioning to bi-monthly videos, and so we're going to do that just for the sake of streamlining just some of the crime stats information. Some months we don't see a significant change. So today we'll be covering April and May, and then you'll see us again in the beginning of August talking about June and July crime stats. So we'll jump right into it, just kind of starting off, in April, our part or group A offenses, which again, those are the most serious crimes, we were at a 3% decrease from where we were in April of 2021. And then throughout the month of April, we did see some increases and some things happened. So at the end of May, we are actually at a 1% increase from 2021 crimes to 2022 crimes. And to kind of keep that in perspective, Group A offenses in 2021 of May was 2,041. And 2022, we're at 2,069. So, that's a 29, 30 difference in crime or offenses, but that calculates to a 1% increase. So, Ryan, do you want to talk a little bit about some of the trends that you're seeing during the months of April and May?
Sure. So between April and May, there's been some fluctuations. One month, some things went up, and the following month, things went down a little bit. But consecutively, we saw some increase in our simple assaults. So summer is pretty much here at this point. People are out. People might be getting into contact more frequently with people they may not agree with. So things like that can happen. But also on some good news, our burglary to motor vehicles, even though we're still high compared to last year, because we started off unfortunately pretty strong with them, the last 2 months have been decreasing. So for example, I think we're like around in the 30s for March, and in April we had 22, and last month in May we had 9. So
that's good news,
right? The amount of burglaries per month have been decreasing. So
and that's our burglary to motor vehicles specifically. And yes. I know we did see that trend earlier in the year, and just kind of again and reinforcing the message of if you like it, lock it and put it in your pocket. I know our last couple shows we've actually talked about that, and because we did see a little bit of an increase.
Yep.
So that's good news that we're seeing that trend go down.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other trends that you see, significant trends, as we end talking about May crime stats?
Really, the long-term wise, the ones that are slowly been increasing in Elgin for a little while have been our aggravated assaults and our weapon law violations, and to an extent also motor vehicle thefts. That's been a little bit more erratic, but slowly going up as well. Those are our long-term trends. A lot of our other ones, like our larceny thefts, those ones have been trending downwards for a while. And
that's why, again, the purpose of the show, even as we transition to bi-monthly, is to keep the community informed of those trends, not just yearly, but month to month. And one thing that you mentioned were our aggravated assaults and our weapon offenses. So I also mentioned where we're at with our shots fired cases. So year to date, we're at 27 shots fired incidents. Last year at this time we were at 32, so that's a 16% decrease. And again, that's we're doing a lot of things working with our local and state partners. We have a shots fired detail. It's been a priority in the police department over the past several months, and actually over the past year, to really drive those numbers down. So we're hoping that trend continues as we make our way through summer. And one other thing that I wanted to mention as we make our way to the 4th of July holiday. So we have put some information out already on our Facebook page, just giving a little information about what the department is doing, what our strategy, what our initiatives are. In 2020, which again, that year, as we've talked about, it's such a unique year. There's really nothing to compare it to. And really the first and second quarter of 2021. So when we look at some of these crime trends, and I know that you had some interesting information in terms of looking at 2022 and 2019. Did you want to mention that?
Yeah, definitely. So when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, it definitely affected our crime stats. So in 2020, in particular, our Group B offenses, that immediately dropped. And then further in toward 2021, our Group A offenses dropped as well a little bit. So I went ahead and looked at our 2019 year-to-date information. So this would be prior to the impact of COVID-19. And we are at a 3% decrease in 2022 year-to-date compared to 19 year-to-date for our Group A offenses, and a 5% decrease in our Group B. So a total of minus 4% decrease overall compared to 2019 year-to-date. So that shows you that difference in how the COVID-19 years stack up to today as we're returning more to a normalcy scenario.
Yeah, and I think that that's the kind of the takeaway there is that, you know, that year or year and a half really is not or could not provide a good gauge of what really crime and what was happening. People were at home, there was a lot of other things happening, so you know, we'll continue to kind of just take a look at those 2019 numbers just to give maybe a better picture in terms of, you know, comparing apples to apples.
Exactly.
And one other thing I was starting to talk about 4th of July, the police department has, we've been doing a firework enforcement detail, zero tolerance for fireworks. I do want to mention that when officers are sent to a fireworks call, or if they're in the area and are responding, there may be times where the fireworks have already taken place. They may not be able to locate the person who was in possession of the fireworks. So I know that that causes a little frustration for our community because the officers are responding, but there are times where it may be the officers unable to locate. If we do locate, there's a zero tolerance policy. People will be cited. I also, this year, our officers will be out doing walk and talks in areas with high density calls for fireworks. So we have about 7 walk and talk schedules, the first one starting on June 17th, 4 o'clock in the Central Historic District. We will also be posting that on Facebook, and where we'll be and the dates. And these take place outside of our summertime walk and talks, which have already been in full swing. We also, you'll start noticing this week, message boards throughout the city, just reinforcing that message that fireworks are illegal. We're also going to be doing some public service announcements and continuing to do some public awareness on our social media platforms. So we want everyone to have an enjoyable and safe 4th of July holiday, but we do know that this is a time of the year where we do get a lot of fireworks complaints. So I usually am asking Ryan every couple days, what do the fireworks look like? And we'll make sure to keep our community posted as to where we're at. So anything else, Ryan?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, with that, Elgin, make sure that you stay safe, you stay connected, and you stay engaged, and stay tuned. Officer Hector Gutierrez will then come and talk and give you this information in Spanish. And so we'll see you in a couple months, Elgin. Take care.
Hola Elgin, otra vez estamos de nuevo para proveer la información que la jefa de policía acaba de dar en inglés, y estoy aquí con el especialista de analítica de crímenes, Ryan.
Gracias, hola Elgin.
Así es que vamos a empezar. Unas cosas de las que habló la jefa de la policía es de que comparando los crímenes de abril y mayo, porque obviamente el mes pasado no tuvimos esta sesión, y hablando sobre eso, esta sesión va a ser implementada ahora cada otro mes. Así que hoy vamos a hablar de los crímenes, la estadística de los crímenes de abril y mayo, y para agosto hablaremos de junio y julio. ¿Ok? Para comparar abril, y vamos a hablar de las ofensas más grandes, que es el grupo A de ofensas, estuvimos a un negativo 3, y en mayo estuvimos a un por ciento de comparado con otros años. Otra cosa que ella habló y que está interesante es de que en el 2022 tenemos 27 disparos, llamadas por disparos, cuando llaman que alguien disparó una arma de fuego, y comparado con el 2021, que es el año anterior, teníamos 32 a esta fecha. Así es que estamos mejorando, pero obviamente es algo que tenemos que seguir trabajando en eso. Otra de las cosas es de que decía Ryan que los robos hacia carro, burglary vehicles.
Yeah, last 2 months those have been decreasing in rate.
Dice Ryan que los robos a los vehículos, que se meten a robar a los vehículos, eso también ha estado disminuyendo en los últimos 2 meses. Así es que es muy buenas noticias. Otra cosa de la que se me hace interesante también de que Ryan estaba diciendo es que comparó las estadísticas de crímenes del 2019 y el 2022. So from 2019, you did a comparison 2019.
Right, to a pre-COVID year, and overall our crime is down 4% in 2022 compared to 2019.
Okay, dice que hizo una comparación del 2019, obviamente no había COVID todavía en esa fecha, y la hizo la comparación con este año, y dice que estamos a un 4% negativo comparado con el 2019, así es que no está mal para decir tener en cuenta que el 2020, 2021 fueron los años que el COVID estaba presente y por eso mucha de la gente se quedaba en casa y o sea que no son unos buenos años para agarrar la estadística como debe ser del crimen, pero como vamos, estamos trabajando bien y con la ayuda de ustedes. Otra cosa de la que la jefa de la policía habló es de los cohetes que ya vienen ahorita en el julio de 4. Estamos trabajando duros para que la gente sepa de que los cohetes son ilegales aquí en Elgin y van a haber policías que van a estar desplegados en la ciudad para enforzar esas leyes. Y se les quiere avisar de que si alguien está usando cohetes, está quemando cohetes, hay una póliza de que tienen 0 tolerancia con los cohetes del 4 de julio. Así es que mejor, si quiere ver cohetes, obviamente vaya a lugares donde designados donde los van a tronar para que no haya problemas. También sobre referente a los disparos por arma de fuego, igualmente hay policías activamente todos los días trabajando para evitar o prevenir esos incidentes de disparos de arma de fuego. Anything else you wanna? I covered the 4th of July fireworks, everything. I think we
covered
got
most of it, yeah.
Okay, so es toda la información por ahorita, así es que espero nuestro siguiente segmento que viene siendo en agosto y va a ser cada 2 meses. Después de ahí para dar la información de julio y en julio, en agosto se la daremos y esperemos que los números sigan reduciendo y obviamente con la ayuda de la comunidad de Elgin y si tiene preguntas o información por favor déjenos saber y gracias Elgin.
Gracias.